Acting Commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Mark Morgan. Mark, welcome.
Good morning.
Mark,
Thank you.
We are now at a point where Eric Holder has to come out and try to restore some sanity, and he's the one actually talking about why borders matter. What has happened to the Democratic Party?
So, Jedediah, first of all, it's interesting, and I hope people now are actually listening to what former Attorney General Eric Holder said. If this happens, if we put a moratorium on deportations, you are going to see the numbers of people illegally in this country in unbelievable numbers. It's absolutely going to give the signal that we have open borders. And if the American people thinks that what we're experiencing right now is a crisis, it's going to make this look like an easy day going forward. It's incredulous that somebody would be saying that at this time.
Now, we've seen, Mr. Commissioner, border apprehensions drop, that, their enforcement go up, also a partnership with Mexico. But we do have a Fox News alert this morning as well. A Border Patrol agent was shot and injured Friday night while conducting a traffic stop near the Texas-Mexico border. Another agent shot and killed the gunman, are the news reports. So there's still incidences going on the border, but how is our cooperation with Mexico going overall?
So first of all, I want to make sure everybody understands that the agent, we actually had an agent that was shot, and he was actually survived because he was wearing his ballistic vest. And I really want to encourage all the men and women in law enforcement to make sure they're wearing their ballistic vest going forward, because that absolutely saved his life. I talked to both of those agents yesterday, and they're both doing okay at this time. So right now, with the government of Mexico, they have stepped up in unprecedented ways. This president, this current administration, their negotiations with not just the government of Mexico, but also the Northern Triangle countries, have really got them to step up, acting as true partners, really seeing this as a regional crisis that it is, not just a United States crisis, and they're doing a tremendous job. Now, we still need them to continue to work for us, to sustain this, continue their efforts to support the Migrant Protection Protocol, but make no mistake, they're doing an incredible job in supporting us, and that is a significant reason why we've seen a 57% reduction in apprehensions just over the last 90 days.
Commissioner, we've seen these reports saying that your agency, as well as the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, have been constructing more than 65 miles of new border wall. I saw a report, though, in the last 24 hours ago or so suggesting that maybe there's another 20 miles that was supposed to be constructed that's been put on hold because you don't have the money for it. What's fact? What's fiction?
So, Ed, I'm so glad you asked this question. So the latter part of that is complete fiction. It's a complete false narrative. Right now, 65 miles of new wall that you just mentioned. And every single mile of wall that's being built exponentially increases the Border Patrol's capacity to safeguard this country. And right now, with the recent Supreme Court decision and the Secretary of Defense authorizing additional money, no, we're full on board. We're actually starting projects in multiple locations simultaneous. Nothing's been put on hold. And by the end of 2020, we're still looking to be on track for over 450 new miles of border wall.
Briefly, Mr. Commissioner, you mentioned the Supreme Court. That ruling said that this administration or our government can deny asylum to those who could have claimed it in Mexico first. What impact do you think that'll have?
It's huge. It's a huge victory. Even though we're waiting for it to be heard on the merits, we're going to be able to implement this immediately now along the southwest border. And here's what the American people need to understand. What this rule says is, if you're fleeing a country because of persecution or violence or another legitimate asylum claim, we want you to seek help and relief from the first country you get to. Don't give your money, don't mortgage your home and give that money to the cartels and risk your life to transverse over multiple countries to get relief. This rule is telling those individuals, the vulnerable population, stop at the first country you come to, get relief there. That's what this rule is about.
Important stuff. Interesting. All added all together, it looks like pretty heavy emphasis on securing that border. Mr. Commissioner, thank you very much for
Thanks
your time.
so much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.